in the search bar. That's the music I'll be using. So you ride back to Port Draz, and you reach the village of Vassalor, which is the village on the banks of the river Anorak, which is the sort of setting off point for carriages and wagons and so forth travelling from Port Draz through Metzu. This is where you found the stables where you have bought the horses previously. It's also, the Vassalor is also where you've seen this sort of wooden tower structure being built in the past. And as you ride into Vassalor, you notice that there are workers sort of milling around the base of the tower, which still looks incomplete, but it also looks like no work is being done on it at the moment. It's just workers standing outside of the base of the tower. Every once in a while, you sort of hear chanting coming from that area, but that's basically what you find as you arrive into Vassalor.
Is this like the airship thing we saw up in Malith, or?
It's a tall wooden tower. It's incomplete.
Oh, that'll be for the Zeppelin transport. What's the Zeppelin? I don't know, but it's for that. Ew.
I want to cock in the ear and just do I reckon. Chanting sound familiar? Does it sound like anything I know? Like a work chant, or is it more magical in nature? Like that's what I'm trying to discern.
Yeah. It's you hear chants like things like "United we stand, divided we fall, a fair day's pay for all." That kind of thing.
Oh my god!
Touch one, touch all.
Hence why it's hard.
But it's quality, and it won't fall over.
So that's, yes. So you know that you need to, if you're going to go into Port Draz, you need to stable your horses.
Yep. Is everyone happy to stable horses? I can front the cost as the first.
Yeah.
Okay. Can we look for a reasonable stables? Is there only one that's reasonable?
There's many that are reasonable here. It's because Vassalor is, as I said, it's effectively a transport hub for or a transport centre for the whole of Port Draz and Metzu. Yes, you can get in some stabling. Stabling will be 5 silver pieces per horse per day.
Can we do a week?
Yeah, just to be safe. Doesn't hurt.
Yeah. So 35, 3.5 gold times 5 people, because Pindaris is
Yep.
So 3.5, so 15, plus 3.5 again, so 18.5.
There you go.
Yeah. So 18 and 5 silver.
Good. He says, we'll take good care of them.
Thank you.
All right.
Could we go to the bank?
So,
Oh, so sorry, wait.
hey,
Hood.
hood up. So you will need. Does anybody have the urchin background? No, I take that as a no. Okay.
Yeah.
So you've arrived sort of mid-morning, and you know that it'll take the better part of a day to get down to the bank from here. So, yes, you could go to the bank if you want.
If everyone's happy to, I'd like to check it out, Bob.
Yeah, I'll float some of this coin.
Yeah, better than
Alright.
hauling it around town.
Neresis, Victoria, can you turn your mic up a bit, please? Or talk more closely into it?
Yeah.
So,
So you make
5 copper pieces each for the boatman.
Yep, so 35.
Yep.
There you go, my good man.
He says, I'm not good, and I'm not a man. And so you lead...
He said.
Yeah.
okay. Grumble bum.
He guides you expertly through the street, the canals of Port Draz, and you eventually land in Citadel, outside the doors of the bank, and it is now sort of 6 or 7 o'clock at night, so evening time. You've just landed. You go and knock on the door? Well, yes.
If it looks like it's busy.
Yeah, there's movement outside. Yes, it's still open.
Alright, I'll go in.
You're going in alone?
No, I would motion for Mindadas and the rest of the group to come with unless they don't want to.
Okay. Yes, and you're in, and a banker walks up and says, may we help you?
Yes, we have a vault here. Could you please show me to it?
And when did you take this vault out?
I would need to check on what date it is today and work backwards from that. I believe it was probably about 2 months ago with a 3-month lease.
2 months ago with a 3-month lease.
That's pure guess.
Yeah. What's the name?
Zane Thornside?
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Let me just check. I'll be back in a second.
Thank
you. Comes back and says, you're back in the nick of time. We were just about to close the vault and claim the monies therein.
I'm very fortunate.
Yeah. Yes, you're very lucky.
Could you please show it to us?
Yeah.
Thank you.
A what? No. No, he isn't. Okay, you go in, and he unlocks the vault for you. Yeah, please. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
Not for now, but we might settle the account after. Work out what we're doing with the vault.
Okay. Well, of course, you're very welcome to utilize our services on an ongoing basis. We are, as you well know, the safest store of wealth in all of Daral.
I do know. Your manager is at the same spiel. Is he still here, by the way?
No, he's been moved on.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yes.
Well, thank you.
You're very welcome.
And I'd like to go inside and motion for everyone else to come in with me.
Okay.
Is everything as it was?
Yes.
Piles of platinum in corners and an empty lead box.
Yes.
Cool.
Yep, everything is as it was.
Well, if I knew how well you lads are off, I would have jumped on the train much sooner. Far out. More gold than more bloody coin than I've seen in my entire life.
Look, we've bled together, so I trust you guys. Feel free to take a portion of this. Just bear in mind the weight of what is on this platinum, because what you take are my fallen comrade's coin. But you are welcome to it. If it serves you, it serves me. Friends.
Okay.
What do you guys want to do with it? This vault's coming up to rent. Do you want to take the platinum and store it with the rest, or should we leave it as a safeguard against poverty if something happens to any of our money persons?
Well, I mean, how much will it cut into how much we've got here if we have to, if we extend the time on the vault?
How much was the going rate?
It's a good question.
I can call for the guy if that's better. I feel like I would remember, just David does not.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
You've gone for a standard protection 18 cubic feet at 100 gold pieces per month.
Yep.
That's 3 non-magical locks, and there's a spectator outside every 10 volts.
I guess my thinking is that as we get stronger, we're going to require more and more currency. Do we want it handy, or do we want to always be going back to Port Draz? The world's a big place.
Port Draz seems to be a touchstone. The DM seems to let us come back here a lot.
What's the DM?
Life seems to bring us back here a lot.
Alright, so I'll take out. We all agree that we want to keep the vault then?
Yeah, I mean, better than carrying around however much we're carrying around at the moment.
Yeah.
Do you want me to check? I can afford 100 gold with our money.
We know that you told me stories about being kidnapped in broad daylight.
Yep.
And things happening to you.
Yep.
We would potentially lose all our items.
Yep.
Putting them in a vault makes them nice and safe.
And also life's responsibility.
So how much have you got left in this vault?
That's what I need to check. I think Ivar was like this keeper. John was on keeping that record. So I'm not actually sure. I think it was about 100 platinum per person.
Well, I know that much. But the shared portion was spent, wasn't it? Or was not all of it? So there were individual portions, and then there was a party portion as well.
I think that's what happened. So we had a massive loot, and we took 100 each, and made our separate portions.
Yeah.
And then for Pile, we paid some of that bounty for resurrecting.
You paid it for resurrecting Arlene.
Yeah, and we were still a little bit short, but tiny bit.
So Zane has 100 platinum. Garion
had 80. Yeah, let's look at my notes here.
And Mindatus has 111.
Did Ivar take his?
Ivar's taken his.
Okay. Alright, so we got 270, 269, something like that? 271?
Well, yeah, if you bundle it all up together. Let's say, what do you mean? From the stuff that you've got from...
No, just in the corners.
In the corners, you've got, Mindatus has 111 of his personal wealth.
Yep.
Zane has 100 personal.
Yep.
And Garion's 80 probably gets rolled back into party loot, I would suggest.
Yep, okay. Alright, just to make it easier to count, I'm going to take Garion's 80 and put it back into my massive sack because I've got like 21,000 gold right now. 80 platinum.
Everybody's carrying large sums of coins at the moment.
Yeah. Alright.
The bank is able to convert coins into other denominations. So for those people carrying large amounts of silver, for example, you might want to transfer that into something else before stashing it in the vault. They take a 2% cut of the conversion.
There are right now.
So 100 gold would cost 102 gold effectively, equivalent. 102 silver, 102 gold in silver is how I would get 100 gold.
Yes.
2% conversion.
Yes, that's right.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I'm going to work out. I'll sort out the vault then. Are we happy for this level of security, or do we want to check prices on leveling up the security?
Well, I mean,
It can't hurt to hear, right?
Yep, we'll check prices.
All right. Well, while you guys figure out, I'm going to either get this vault again, if you're happy to trust me to make that decision, or I'll level up if you're happy to trust me to make that decision too.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm happy for you to make that call.
Okay. I'll take my bag with all its gold in it and stuff, and I'll leave the vault, and I'll let you that guy again.
Yeah, yes.
Hi. So what kind of discussion?
We're about to close.
Great. Can I settle the account with this, or is it better to do it in the morning?
No, but let's, by all means, let's talk.
Okay. Just real quick, we're looking to keep the vault on.
Ah, excellent.
I'm just wondering, we're having a bit of a discussion, a robust discussion with my friends. Could you please add all their names onto the vault?
Yes?
And could you please remove a few too?
Ah, why?
Unfortunately, they are deceased.
Sad times. That's why if people don't turn up to extend their vault, we just assume that they've all died and we take the money.
24 hours.
Sure.
Very generous holding policy. 24 hours.
Is so the first one to take off is Gary.
Yeah? Okay.
What other names do you have on there?
I had Ivar.
So he's actually settled with us personally, so he's alive still. But he's exited our group, so just maybe in the case of like keeping records clean, maybe take his name off for now, but he might come back.
Okay.
Yes.
I believe that's all.
Yeah, did you ever meet anyone named Arlene?
I know. She wasn't ever
Never.
part of this arrangement.
Okay, good. And could you please add on Jimmy, Neresis, and Barak?
Yes. Good. Yes. Anything else?
Yeah, so we're on the standard plan. What's the plan above that? What does it include?
Well, the next level up, of course, on the standard plan, we have two sizes of vault. There's the 18 cubic feet and the 36 cubic feet. High protection is the next level up. Again, we have the two sizes, 300 gold pieces per month for 18 feet and 1,200 per month for 36. Now, with that, we double the number of spectators in the high protection area. We also offer supreme protection. Supreme protection is the same as 3 non-magical locks, but for our supreme protection clients have permission to apply their own magical protections. We don't ordinarily allow that kind of thing, but for supreme protection, and there's also 1 spectator per vault at that level. And our supreme protection clients also have access to the bank's permanent teleportation sigil. But of course, you would expect we only offer 1 size of vault for that level of protection at 18 cubic feet, and it costs 2,000 gold pieces per month.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I might.
Many of our most significant clients feel that the teleportation sigil offers them a very convenient way to traverse the world.
I mean, it does sound very, very tempting. We're just not that important yet.
You don't need to tell me.
I'm aware it's late in the day. I appreciate that. Can I go up just 1 level, 1 tier?
Yes.
300 a month.
Okay.
And is there any discount for an annual contract?
Sadly, no.
That's okay. Could I get 12 months with an extra month tacked on at the 100 gold level? Does it work that way? Same size vault.
Roll persuasion.
persuasion.
Mm-hmm. 8.
And a 17, you piece of jerk. Yeah, 8.
Okay.
For a proficient person.
He says, look, I would love to be able to do these sorts of things, but you're really just
Not important.
not important
Yeah,
enough.
fair enough. This bank has done right by us for the most part. So we'll take just the year then, and yeah, we'll see you in a year's time.
Okay, well, if you would like to settle up the money there,
So
3600
gold.
3,600 gold, yes, indeed. And if you will then gather your comrades, and I will show you to your new vault. You'll need to gather up everything from the old one.
It's not so much a problem now, but in the future, if we have a vault that's quite well stocked with our things, is it, if we were to move up to another size vault, would there be assistance to move all this stuff across?
Oh, naturally.
Okay, great. Good, just check. Yeah, sure. I'll go back and say we're moving vaults. I've already taken that 3,600 out and dropped it wherever we were talking, I suppose.
So what is the new balance being stored in the vault, please?
Do you guys want to go first?
Well, should we convert it down into...
What's the party loot contribution?
Okay, so in the party loot, I've got 1,500 platinum I want to get rid of.
1,500?
Yep. I'm going to remove that one. And, sorry, and on top of that, 1,000 silver.
1,000 silver?
And that's me done.
Anybody else depositing coins?
How much gold is logically best just to carry around on your person? Because I don't know.
Well, we talked at length about how many coins each person could carry and how many were being carried. I didn't make a note of any of that, and so if you haven't got a note of it, then the money is gone.
Oh, it's more about how much is normal to carry.
Oh, is the
Yeah,
normal?
no, I meant like on like a day-to-day basis.
Oh, okay. What are you need for carrying around money?
For you, and so I still have party loot. How much I have in party loot is 3,800 gold equivalent. So 3,800, sorry. So I can handle the day-to-day costs, but if you want to maybe keep anywhere from 50 to 500 gold for items.
If you want to buy anything
potions,
in particular, weapons, potions, things like that.
That's my suggestion.
You know, you might want to hold on to a few hundred.
And just have copper for like random social interactions.
Yeah, buying a beer, that kind of thing.
I'm not putting anything in the box.
Nothing in the vault from Jimmy. He's carrying how many coins?
Oh, hang on. Well, all my silver, I suppose. How much? Okay, I've got 2,000 silver on my.
2,000 silver. Do you want to chuck that in the vault? Is it yours or party loot?
4,200, I thought.
There you go. That sounds like a good number.
Yep. Okay, I'll put that in.
4,200.
You happen to make that party loot? Yep.
And my 200 copper as well.
And is that yours or party loot?
Fine.
Okay, and we'll note that as your personal amount. Do you want to change it into 2 gold pieces?
Yeah.
Do you want to keep it in your pocket, or do you want to take it and put it in the vault?
No, I put in the copper in. We might need the copper one day.
So 200 copper pieces
200 copper pieces.
stored, not changed into gold pieces.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
also going to walk into the corner, pick up my 100 platinum, and just chuck it in the file.
How much?
My 100. Get rid of my separate share.
So your 100 platinum is still being maintained as a separate share?
No, it's not. I'm chucking it into party loot.
Party loot.
I don't care.
Zane's money's gone. All right. Barak.
I will store all the silver I was carrying.
Which is how much?
I think it was about 2,800 or something like that.
2,800.
Yeah.
8,000 silver pieces we're up to. Neresis, did you have anything to deposit?
Yeah, I'll drop the 500 silver I had because that's all I have.
500 silver. So that's 8,500 silver. Did you want to leave? Does the party want to leave it as silver or convert it into? Leave it as silver. Okay.
You might need a essential for it.
All right.
Exactly. All for weapons.
Okay. Consider yourselves relieved of your burden.
You don't have to tell me now it's a big sum, but do you know what total we have in the vault?
1,600 platinum, 8,500 silver, 200 copper.
No gold?
You haven't put any gold in there.
Just double check. Okay.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Is it alright if I grab just, I don't know, maybe 30 platinum coins? I've got some business to take care of, hopefully.
30 platinum.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. 1,570 is the new balance.
Excellent.
Okay. So it's now after 8. So what's next?
We find a nice, safe place to stay the night.
What's the nearest inn? I'm trying to remember the place we stayed closest to here. If we stayed in
Well, I can tell you an inn in Citadel.
unless the Moldy Moose is not too far away to adjoining area.
The Molding Use is at the other end of town.
That's right. Yeah, that's okay.
There is only one inn of note in Citadel, and it's the Wondrous Lamp Lodge, and you haven't stayed there before, as far as I know.
Okay.
Let's go there.
Can I
Have I heard of it?
Yes, you know that it is widely reputed as being the finest establishment in Port Draz for visitors. So
Did you say that?
nobles and visiting dignitaries that don't have their own permanent accommodations will stay at the Wondrous
Disney
Lamp.
heroes, that kind of thing.
That kind of thing. When
Let's go there.
those visiting heroes want to live it up.
Does it have its own doorman, security?
Yep, all of that.
Did you tell me any of that?
Mhm.
Can I, on the way, look for any sort of alleyway or alcove?
Yeah.
And when I get there, I'd like to just shuffle Barrack against the wall and just go, "Can you hold my bag?"
Sure.
And then I'll flip it open and pull out my fine clothes, and I'll do a quick wardrobe change.
Okay.
And just clean up my face.
Yep.
I'll wink at whoever whistles.
Yep.
And just try and just finger brush my hair and just try and look a bit more neater.
Okay.
I'll take the lead, fellas.
Right. Okay. Is everyone going in?
We are all going
Very
in.
well.
Very good. You enter said lodge, and it is, it's magnificent. The chandeliers of they're not crystal, but they are sparkling shininess as opposed to the sort of dingy, soot-ridden candle holders that get used in less salubrious places. There are fine tapestries. The dining alcoves are cushioned, and the word resplendent comes to mind for those of you with sufficient intelligence to know the word. and it brings to mind the kind of opulence that the restaurant you attended in Malith might have if it was in any way designed for gaudiness, whereas that place had a subtle elegance. This place is lavish. And a large half-orc at the door stops you and just inside as you enter. There's some very pleasant music playing in the background. Neresis, you recognise a couple of refrains, but what the tune that is playing seems to be an adaptation of an old standard that you know.
Yep.
And the half-orc looks you up and down and says, yeah, what do you want?
Any of his tattoos?
No, he does not seem to have any tattoos.
Does the half-orc appear to be male or female?
Appears to be male.
Good evening, my good sir. Frankly sorry not to come in with a reservation, but I would like to stay at this fine establishment with myself and my colleagues here. Would you please mind stepping aside?
Yeah, we've got rooms. Yeah.
Fantastic. How's the food like?
Food is top notch, mate.
Outstanding. Well, thank you.
Go and see.
Hey.
G'day, Clayton. Go and see Lyra Skullswift over at the desk there. She'll check you in.
Lyra?
Lyra.
Got it. Thank you.
Lyra. You wish your bill was in Lyra.
And I'll pass him a silver coin.
Okay.
That just appears in my hand.
All right. He says.
Surely these drink prices are in Lyra.
That'd be great.
He says, "Oh, thank you kindly, sir."
It's nothing.
All right. And indeed, the woman that he gestures towards has been watching you from a distance, and as you approach, she says, yes, would you like a room? Or just here for a meal?"
Both. Forgive me. Let me introduce myself. My name is Zane Thornside. We've just been on business in Jisar. Frightfully terrible. But now we're looking for some lodging as we are travel weary. Also, what sort of food is on offer tonight?
Well, we have many options for food, but the chef is particularly pleased with the hind quarter of bear that we have on offer. We also have some stuffed squirrels, which are very, very fine. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, there's a swan neck also that is very well done.
Delicious.
Are you game? Because the menu is.
Get out.
Let me confer with my comrades, but could you show us to what vacant rooms you have? I'd like to inspect them.
Yes. Well, I won't. I must stay here, but I'll have my my worker take you up. And you hear, Gerald!
It's one of those backwater inns where everything's all got pink frills on it.
No, it's not like that. No.
Satin pink frills.
Yeah.
With gold leaf.
So Gerald shows you to a room which is suitably capacious for your needs, and it features the very finest in bedding. It smells sweetly, and the little stuffed animals are in no way creepy as they stare from you from the corners.
Is this room large enough for our whole group?
Yes, it is.
Yes, you'll do fine. Thank you, Gerald.
Gerald says, go say, we must skull Swift then.
Sure will.
All right.
Will you let us leave our bags there? Things?
Yeah, sure. Yep.
Okay, cool. I'll go back down now.
Yes, the room is adequate. I'd like to pay ahead of the night just in case we leave early in the morning.
Very good. It will be all-inclusive breakfast and dinner, and not drinks, I'm afraid, because our drinks are very fine, and we have to charge by the drink. But for 10 gold pieces per head for the night.
Sounds good. Separating the drink, wise business decision.
And I'll pay 50 gold.
Okay.
So it's the hind quarter of a bear.
Hind quarter of bear.
Yeah, that's what I
Not,
want.
not something from the front end.
No.
Because I feel like I need some bear arms.
Put it on him.
Knights of bear arms.
She titters.
Yeah,
Much like that.
Yeah.
Same beat.
All right. So you're shown to a table, and you're shown to a table, and your orders are taken, and a meal provided. The room is warm, and the clientele is all quite well dressed. You might say that they are wearing fine clothes, and are generally well kempt. And you have quite a pleasant evening. Are you going to spend money on booze?
I will, but probably for an ale, like a fine ale or something.
Okay.
I'll buy a
I
room.
never spend money.
Yeah, I'll do it for all of us.
Barrett's
he's
going to
offering to
spend.
buy you a drink.
Rotation once I figure out
Oh, okay.
what the drink
Just
of the
make
night
the beer
is.
make water taste like the beer.
Yep.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, like you drunk that.
No.
That's
So just five rounds. Like
Five.
A round of five.
a round of 5 fine ales.
I'll have a thimbleful of every drink you've got and a jug of water.
And so, yes, there will be 5 gold pieces, thanks.
Be well hydrated. And then just as I'm like kind of tearing with a fork, knife and fork at the hind quarter, I'll look over at Mendatus and just be like,
You okay? You seem a bit travel sick today. Just in case you're in a bit of a daze, let me fill you in. So we've upgraded our vault. Your platinum is still in a separate pile. About 111 gold platinum pieces. Apart from that, we've shedded a lot of our wealth, and we've upgraded. We have a 12-month contract.
We're sitting at a table
Hmm.
that has the exits on either side of us. So there's a kitchen exit, it's on different sides of the. And we have a table against the wall, and I'm sitting against the wall looking at it.
Okay, all right.
yeah, and after I finish saying that, I'm looking for a games table or any interesting conversation. Like, I'm just overhearing it.
Okay. You are able to listen into a few conversations, but they're not particularly interesting. And it's not the kind of joint that has gambling going on.
Didn't think so.
Hmm. All right. The evening passes, and you awaken the next day.
I
Yes.
send a note off with Ari to Z.
Yep. So the following day, is there anything in particular you want to do? Breakfast is included.
Until I get my any note from D,
Mm.
I'm going to engage in spell research.
Okay. Anything else?
Mm-hmm. I'll look over at Mendatus. and say, do you want to
Oh, join your mantle coat like back.
Are you enjoying that?
go?
I don't need it.
Still this pale
It's
cock outline.
yours.
Got a little strap
I'll remove it from my sheet. Although it could be handy in this city.
I think we covered this the first time.
It stinks like shit.
Yeah,
It's like sewage rivers.
crap floating through it, and
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Uh-huh.
You do you.
Like Amsterdam.
She'll do it, Junior.
It's like Amsterdam 500 years ago.
I'll look over at Mindatus over, I'm assuming, something like eggs. And I'll just say, do you want to pay Professor Ithel with a visit in the college? That half-orc map expert.
yes, I think that was one of the things on the to-do list.
Do any of you guys want to come with?
No.
Cool.
Okay. Anything else? Barrack, what is your plan?
Barrack needs to go find someone associated with Nine Eyes.
Okay.
If you said that at the breakfast table, I would say I'll come with you too. Do you come with me to the college? Or do you want to go separate? I don't mind if you want to go separate.
This is a bit more of a personal errand, so you're welcome to come, but I'd rather handle the details in private. So you might just be
That's
stuck
alright.
around if you follow along.
Alright, how about you handle yourself, but if you need any backup, I'm here.
Very well.
All right. Okay. Anything else?
Actually, I'll tap him on the shoulder as he's about to leave and say, could you actually speak with Hikwam, who's here?
Hikwam?
Could you speak with Hikwam and just say that Zane Thornside sends his regards, and if he has any work going, Zane's listening. Save me the trip.
Sure.
Thanks.
Very well.
Okay. Neresis, do you have any particular things you want to do?
Need to find a scarf shop.
A
Scarf.
scarf shop. Okay, all right. I got a feeling that Five Ways will probably have that kind of. Well, in fact, there'll be scarf shops all over town. All right. So as you leave the Wondrous Lodge in the morning, you hear a psst coming from the right of you. And as you turn to see what it is, you see a gnome figure standing in the shadows a short distance away, who says, "Psst, Jimmy, Jimmy!"
Should we go something before?
Sure thing, bud.
Hood up.
Hood up.
Hood up.
All right. So there's going to be a range of personal conversations happening today, I suspect. And the question is, do these personal conversations occur with everybody hearing them, bearing in mind that what you hear is not what your character hears?
It is much easier to do it with everyone here.
Yeah, it is easier.
Yeah.
It is. Okay. Is everybody comfortable with that?
Yeah, I'm happy. It's just
Okay.
easier not standing.
No worries.
It is standing up and going somewhere else is a pain in the ass. All right then, Jimmy and Dee.
Uh-huh.
He says, "What's going on, Jimmy? I haven't seen you in ages.
Had to kill a dragon.
Had to kill a dragon? For the other one? So, what brings you back to Portrez?
Got wild dragon's blood.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. Well, things are looking up for you since you left.
Really?
I guess, seeing as you're out killing dragons.
I'm not dead. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what's the action?
What's the I just want to figure out how to smooth things over.
Ah,
Oh, two things. One,
yeah.
after spells. I'm after spells on scrolls or spell books by wizards.
Oh, okay, yeah, I can look into that for you.
Yeah.
You got some carrying around money for me?
Yeah, I do.
How much?
25 platinum to start.
Well,
20 platinum.
Yeah, $2,000.
$2,000.
200. Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, I can look into that. How long are you prepared to wait for it?
We'll be around this week.
For a week or so? Okay, all right. Let me have a look around for you. What's the other thing?
What's the heat?
Well,
Do
things.
I have to quarantine myself in this hotel for a week, or?
Oh no! Look, I think if everybody who the Grizzly Rat Gang was out looking for had to hide away all the time, there wouldn't be many people out on the streets of Port Draz. So, you might find yourself in a spot or bother. You might not. Who can say?
Right. Okay.
If you come into Fergnagwin, just don't come into their territory, I would say. I mean, your risks are higher in Fergnagwin than elsewhere in Port Draz, but even within Fergnagwin, there are bits of the district that the Grizzly Rat Gang are afraid to go into themselves. Yeah, not everywhere, but some places they just won't go.
All right. I'll make a note of places where they won't go.
He says, the Sisterhood's territory is usually pretty safe.
Uh-huh.
The Void and the Grizzly Rats have been getting along a bit better these days, so you might want to avoid the Void's territory.
Uh-huh.
But I think that's the general gist of it.
I might want to smooth that situation too.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you're getting on with the Grizzly Rats. Ask me how I can make it right.
I can make an approach. Yeah, okay.
All right. Okay.
No worries.
Back into the hotel room. Lock the door.
He says, so where can I find you in about a week's time?
Yeah.
Okay, and
Have we got that much money?
I don't know, but I only picked one night.
All right. Okay.
yeah, well, look, your
I'll
bird can find me. Your bird can find me. Similar, that brothel I took you to in
No.
Fergnagwin.
No?
Yeah, you do. You remember?
Right. Okay.
No
That
one's
one.
listening, man. It's okay. Don't be embarrassed.
Yeah. Yeah. That one, the Thorfia. You were introduced to the Thorfia.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, that one. So
Yeah.
send your bird there. Messages can get to me pretty easily there.
To a brothel. Okay.
Yeah. All right, you done?
Done.
All right. Okay, Jimmy wanders off.
Take
20
money off my-
20 platinum pieces, the better off. Okay.
Does Jimmy come back into the breakfast area or he's gone?
Well,
I'm ready to
Will you-
flavor.
so you're going back to the Wondrous Lamp and just hanging out there?
Yeah.
All right. So he's headed off with his shady contact. Zane and Mindatus are going to the college. Nurses, what are you doing? You were going scarf shopping?
Yes, sorry.
Nurses.
Scarf shopping, yes.
Scarf shopping, jolly good. Yes, what are you looking for in a scarf?
Something that can cover her head.
Something that can cover her head. Okay. Is that because you don't have any hair?
Yes.
All right. Yes, you managed to find a scarf shop. Is there anything in particular you're looking for in a scarf?
Nothing too flamboyant.
Okay, all right. You find a relatively neutral toned woolen scarf for 2 silver pieces. Okay. Mindatus and Zane,
Sorry.
the college.
So before we get to the college,
Yeah.
I'd like to stop off at a place that sells parchment and ink.
Okay. Yep. There's places near the college for that.
Yeah, and then I'd like to find like a open study area within the college.
Okay, parchment and ink at the going rate of how many sheets of parchment?
I want a piece if I can get it large enough to be the same size as the original map of Metzu.
Okay, well let's say
And
that's
say five of those.
so. Let's say 4 silver pieces each. 5 will be 20 silver pieces.
Okay.
2 gold.
Yep, and the ink included in it.
And our bottle of ink is 10 gold pieces.
Okay, so 11 gold.
At 12.
Sorry, 12 gold.
Yep.
Okay. And then in the private study area,
Yeah.
if I find some, I'd like to make as close to perfect copy of that map as I can.
Okay. Should you have
So whilst we're there, how much was the
I've got a forgery.
parchment?
and do you have proficiency in forging? What's that?
How much was the parchment?
It was 4 silver pieces per sheet of the size of the map.
What about just regular sheets of parchment?
They're about a quarter the size.
I'll buy
It's a 5 copper.
10 sheets of parchment.
No, it's
Okay.
just different prices.
Okay.
You'll buy what? 5 of the large sizes or 5 regular sized?
10 regular.
10 regular sized is 1 silver piece each. Okay, and then you're going to make.
Forgery. I'm gonna try 5 times if I'm not happy with it.
Okay.
I'm charlatan background. I double check the master background.
How close a copy are you trying to make,
As close to exact as I can.
including the handwriting?
Yes.
Okay. Make a check.
Sleight of hand.
No, it is proficiency in forgery. And we will say that it is dexterity.
Plus my proficiency bonus.
Yeah.
Alright, so I don't know how to add proficiency to just the dex, so I'll just add 3.
Yeah. All right. You're pretty happy with
27.
that first effort?
Yep.
And in fact, we'll apply the roll to all 5 copies.
Okay.
If you're wanting to make 4,
Yeah, I will.
5.
I will.
Hold. It takes a long time, though. It takes you.
Probably stop at lunchtime if I've got copies.
Yeah, I'd say you'll have 1 copy by lunchtime.
Okay, that's fine. I'll take the copies the one I want to keep,
Yep.
potentially. So I'm going to take that copy and hide it away,
Yeah.
and then continue on to the college.
Okay.
Which means Dad is probably like tapping his foot and waiting.
All right. Okay. You do that. You get to the college.
Yep. So I'm going to go towards Professor Professor's office study.
Yes.
And knock on the door if no one stops me before then.
Okay. Yes. And you hear, yes.
I'll come in and say, hello, Professor.
Ah. What can I do for you, Zane Thornside?
I have something that you might be interested in. Perhaps can provide some more information on.
Hmm?
And I'll pull out the original.
She looks at you and she says, "You are a man of wonders, aren't you?
I would suspect to be the first to say.
This is an astonishing document. Where did you get it?
From the Duke to start.
Oh my.
We had to kill a red dragon and stop a war to get it.
Hmm.
But
Not even need to flip through.
Well, I mean, it's certainly an apt reward.
thank you. I don't know what to do with it though.
Treasure it forever, I would.
Sure. Do you know? Is there anything that would be afforded to me that you know about the original maps that were made? Is there any area of the map I should be closer focused to? Can you tell if there's any differences between its original and perhaps the ones that are in general circulation? Maybe if you want to take it and study it.
Well, of course, it will require close study, yes. I mean, it's the kind of thing that our archives are well suited to hold. But, you know, far be it from me to say that you might donate it to the university.
I am tempted, but I'm not in a position to. This is not just my map, it is. I didn't kill the dragon.
I understand. I understand. It's a one of a kind item. It's the kind of thing that you might spend your entire life studying history and map making and never see its like.
Would you like to study it?
Certainly.
Could I make a friendly deal with you? Could you study it in repayment? I'll let you study it anyway. This isn't a business deal. Could you perhaps teach me how to best store it, protect it, and keep the right amount of respect that this caliber deserves?
Certainly.
In your studies, perhaps you could make particular seeing if there's any likeness between this map and the fragment that we found previously.
Certainly, I can look into that for you.
Thank you. Maybe just I'll take the map out again. I'll place it gently for her as a sign of trust, and I'll just say, I know that I'm not either, nor a member that you and I are, but perhaps this might act as a bit of a what's what I'm looking for, a resume of our ability to acquire rare things. Is there anything else that you'd like us to perhaps acquire? Or it's my family background.
She says, well, I've heard a concerning rumor of late that someone has acquired a copy of the Book of Troubles.
Really?
And if that's true, then, of course, who knows what purpose it might be put to. So if you're ever able in a position to relieve that person of the book, then we would, of course, value that very highly.
Capital B, capital T, Book Troubles.
Definitely something I'm interested too.
What is it?
So let's see. Definitely something I'm interested too for personal reasons, which you already know about, my brothers. You know too. My brothers got killed because of the relic, and it's mentioned in the Book of Troubles.
Okay,
that
I'd forgotten the Book of Troubles part there.
If I'm not misremembering, that's that book, right? Yeah. But in order to sell it to the people in my group who might help me, is there any reward attached with this?
I can only say that we would value it highly.
Okay. No, wink. Non-flirtatiously. Do you have any more information about any leads?
I'm sorry, no. It's one of these things. It may not even be true.
Okay. Thank you. If you find out anything more, please send word. I normally stay at the Moldy Moose.
Normally stay at the Moldy Noose, okay.
Is that where we're going to end up, is it?
Potentially, that's where like